Good morning, children. Now let's see the workbook part of lesson number 9, that is light. Now first one is time to answer. So what is the first question? First question is, what is light? What is light? The energy that enables us to see object around us. So we see many things around us. So this is possible because of only one energy, that is light. It is a form of energy generated by a source. So light is a form of energy, no doubt in that. It is generated by a source. What is the source? It might be a sun, it might be a candle, it might be a flashlight. In your phone, it might be a torch. So whatever the source it might be, the source makes us to see the things which are surrounding us. So it is a form of energy generated by a source that makes things visible. And it is neither a solid, nor a liquid, nor a gas. Second question, mention any two characteristics of light. So properties or characteristics means the two characteristics of light are, already I told you in the first answer only, light is neither a solid, nor a liquid, nor a gas. But light travels in the form of a ray or in the form of a beam. We cannot see the beauty of nature without light. Yes, this is a correct statement. See, without light and without eyes, we cannot see the beauty of nature. So these are the two questions. Okay. Children, now see the third question. How are you able to see an object? Yes, we see many objects, but how are you able to see? The answer is, we are able to see an object only with the help of light. We are able to see an object only with the help of light. Next, fourth question. Write the differences between luminous and non-luminous object. Write the differences between luminous and non-luminous object. Now, left hand side luminous, right hand side non-luminous. Differences between luminous and non-luminous object. LHS, left hand side is luminous, right hand side is non-luminous. Luminous objects, first point. They means the objects, the luminous objects produce or emit their own light, like sun. Non-luminous objects, they do not have light of their own. But when light falls on the object, we are able to see the things. See here, sun is able to produce its own light, but earth cannot. Earth cannot produce its own light, but when sunlight falls on the earth, everything is visible. Not only the sun, the stars, light bulbs, lamps, lighted candles, all these produce their own light. Whereas the earth, the remaining things, they cannot produce their own light. So the earth is a non-luminous object. Once again I repeat, luminous and non-luminous objects. Luminous objects, they produce or emit their own light. Non-luminous objects, they do not have light of their own. Example, the sun, stars, lighted bulbs, lamps, lighted candles are some of the example. The earth is a non-luminous object. Okay. Children, now see the fifth question. Define transparent, translucent and opaque object. Give two examples for each. So what is the question? Define transparent, translucent and opaque objects. Give two examples for each. Transparent object, an object that allows light to pass through completely. See children, some substances allow light to pass through completely, like a clear glass. If you will observe the glass, which is made up of the glass, okay, if you observe the glass and steel glass, okay, so the glass, if you will pour any juice, we can see from outside. That means the light is passing through the glass clearly. If you will observe the steel glass, you won't say until and unless you see like this. That means the light won't allow. So this is the difference. Okay, clear glass and pure water. These two are the examples for transparent objects or transparent substances. An object that allow light to pass through completely is known as transparent object. Example, clear glass, pure water. Second one, translucent object. An object that allows only some light, partially, not completely. It allows, but no doubt it allows, but only some light it allows, not completely. So that is called as partially. That is called as partially. To pass through, it is known as translucent object. Example, wax paper, butter paper. Wax paper and butter paper, even oil paper also you can see. So the light allows only, see, it allows only light through only half or partially, or some light can pass through those objects. Third one, opaque objects. Third one is opaque. So first one you have seen, the light passes through the object completely. Second one, incompletely, somewhat, partially. Third one, not completely or not partially. It doesn't allow the light. Like human body, we can't see the things. We can't see the things when the human body is covered. Okay. So for example, the light won't pass through the human body, and at the same time, wooden block and metal sheet. Wooden block and metal sheet. So an object that does not allow light to pass through. If it does not allow light to pass through, we can't see the objects. So that is why those are called opaque objects. Example, wooden block, metal sheet. The first one is completely, so those are transparent. Second one partially, that is translucent. Third one opaque, which does not allow. The examples are already I told. Okay. Children, now see the sixth question. What is reflection? The bouncing back of light. So here see, this is the sun, children. So okay, this when the sun rays falls on any object, here the light bounces back. The light bounces back and falls on the eye, and now we are able to see. So the bouncing back of light is called reflection. What is that? Reflection. Okay. Children, now see B. Fill up the following blanks using the clue kit. The clue kit is given below. So the clue kit is, these are the clues, children. Butter paper, non-luminous, energy, opaque and candle. 5 clues are there. With the help of these clues, you have to fill up the blanks. Okay. First one, light is a type of. Light is a type of what, children? Yes. Light is a type of energy. Light is a type of energy. Light is a form of energy, or light is a type of energy. Second one, wooden block and rolling pin. Wooden block and rolling pin are what, children? Already I told you, opaque are the examples of opaque. So this is the opaque, you have to write here, opaque. Okay. So wooden block and rolling pin are examples of opaque objects. Third one, dash is an example of translucent material. So what is the translucent means? Light can pass partially. Opaque means light does not pass. So opaque substance is over. Third one is, what is the butter paper? Butter paper is an example of translucent material. So I am writing here butter paper. Light passes through the butter paper partially. The moon is an example of dash object. Moon is an example of non-luminous. That means moon cannot produce or emit light of its own. Simply it reflects the sunlight. Okay. So non-luminous object. Next one, dash is an example of artificial luminous object. So the one thing that is left, what is that? Candle. What is that, children? candle. So once again I repeat for the second time. Light is a type of energy. Wooden block and rolling pin are example of opaque substances. Butter paper is an example of translucent material. Moon is an example of non-luminous object. Candle is an example of artificial luminous object. Artificial means man-made. Okay. C, children, third one, that is C. Write yes or no for the following statements. This is hard questions. Hard means higher order thinking skills. So 5 statements are here. If the statement is right, you have to write yes. If the statement is wrong, you have to write no. Wood is a transparent material, first one. Is the wood transparent material, children? Can the light pass through the wood? No. So the answer is, first one is no. Okay. Wood is not a transparent material. What is transparent material? Clear glass and pure water. Second one, an opaque body does not allow light to pass through it. Is that right or wrong? Yes. So second one is right. So I am writing yes here. An opaque body does not allow light to pass through it. Only transparent bodies allow light to pass through it. Third one, light bounces back when it falls on a polished surface, which is called as reflection. So light bounces back when it falls on a polished surface. So that is yes. So this is yes, children. Next, fourth one, light travels in a curved path. Is that right? No, light travels in a straight line. Already have seen in the experiment. So the answer is no. Okay. Next one, last one, the star is a self-luminous object. That means it produces its light by its own. Yes or no? Yes. Star and sun produce the light by its own. So no, yes, yes, no, yes. Once again, repeat for the second time. Wood is a transparent material. No. An opaque body does not allow light to pass through it. Yes. Light bounces back when it falls on a polished surface. Yes. Light travels in a curved path. No. The star is a self-luminous object. Yes. Okay. Children, now see D, match the following. Left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side, the objects are here. Right hand side, the examples are there. Now you have to match. Self-luminous object, first one. So planets, glass, metal sheet, sun, wax paper. So which one is right? Yes, the sun is the self-luminous object. So D is the right answer. Okay, what is the answer? D. Illuminated object. Illuminated object is whenever the light falls on the object, it emits, those are visible like Earth. So A is the right answer. Okay, so that is planet like Earth. Okay, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, like that. Next one, transparent object. Transparent objects are those objects in which they allow the light. Example is glass, pure glass. Next one is translucent objects are those objects where they allow light partially. That means some light only they allow. So that is E, wax paper. That is wax paper. Next, last one, opaque object. Okay, opaque objects are those objects which does not allow, like metal sheet, human body, okay, and a wooden block. So the metal sheet is here. So that is C. So D, A, B, E, C. Self-luminous object is D, the sun. Illuminated object is A, planets. Transparent object is B, glass. Translucent object is E, wax paper. Opaque object is C, metal sheet. Okay. Children, now you take page number 75. Okay. In that, time to do project work. This work has to be done by you only. Take a piece of thin cloth. What you have to do? You have to take a piece of thin cloth, a piece of thick cloth. So two types of cloths you have to take. One is thin cloth, the other one is thick cloth, a plastic scale, a sheet of butter paper, a piece of aluminium sheet and a piece of glass. Try to see through each of these objects mentioned above. Now classify them under the following heads. So what you have to do, this is very simple. Now you have three here, transparent, translucent and opaque. Now you have to, what you have to do, try to see through each of these objects. First of all, you have to see through the thin cloth. If anything is visible from the through the thin cloth, then you can write under transparent clearly. If only some light allows, that means it is blurred, you can write translucent. Nothing is visible, you can write opaque. Like that you have to classify based upon the penetration of the light and based upon how the light passes through these objects. Next, turn your page number 76. Paste the picture of three luminous and non-luminous objects. Luminous objects are those objects which produce or emit light, like sun and star. Non-luminous objects are those objects which cannot produce light, but the things will be visible, or those will be visible when light falls on them and bounces back. Okay, so now you have to paste three luminous here and three non-luminous here. Once again I repeat, the first project is thin cloth, thick cloth, plastic scale, sheet of butter paper, aluminum sheet. Try to see through these objects and classify the objects according to the table, that is transparent, translucent and opaque. And the next one is you have to paste three luminous objects and three non-luminous objects. So this is the end of the workbook part, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.